Hi, everyone. Welcome back. This is day 7. If you'd like to take out your journal and write down the principles. And the first thing that we do when we're come into these sessions is set our intentions. And then we will do some grounding practice, chanting the Reiki Principles, do some breath work, work with Om. And today we are talking about do not worry. And then we'll do some journal prompts. And go to the next image. While we're looking at that, just a little information on setting an intention for this day's practice. You can also, of course, set an intention for your day, your week, your month, your year. And I do invite you at the end of the session to set an intention, write it down in your journal for what you want this day or this next 24-hour period, what you want to get out of it. So we're going to go ahead and chant Om 3 times, and that will balance our mind, put us at rest. So does that mean you didn't hear anything I said?
Yeah, for some reason I let Shirley and it just muted everybody, even me. I was like, what? I don't know why I did that.
Did you hear the Oms?
We heard like one of them. Go for it again from the top, Misty.
All right, we'll just chant Om 3 times. One more time if you'd like to chant with me. You all are muted. So let's go ahead and chant Om 3 times. Great. So let us go ahead and just move right into grounding. So if you want to just sit down, relax, close your eyes. Take a couple breaths. Imagine yourself standing in a field, on a path, in some grass, on a beach, in some sand. Feel the warmth beneath your feet. Feel the dampness. Feel the energy of the earth. And imagine that there's roots coming from your feet and going into the earth, deep, deep into the earth. With every breath, pull the energy from the earth up into your feet, your calves, your knees, your thighs. Pull the energy up your spine, your torso, your chest. Bring the energy into your heart. Take a couple deep breaths, and as you do that, feel your heart expanding. The energy circling around your heart. With your next breath, pull that energy up to your shoulders and down your arms into the tips of your fingers. Take the energy up into your head. Just allow that energy to circulate all through your body, connecting you from the earth just all through your body. With your next breath, pull the energy from the earth through your body, up through your spine, and out the top of your head. Send this energy out into the infinite. Know that you're grounded, safe, connected, energized. When you're ready, open your eyes. And we're just going to move into our next practice, which is chanting the Reiki Principles.
The philosophy of Reiki is rooted in 5 principles. And these principles provide guidance for healing and balancing your Reiki energy. Every morning and every night, sit in Gassho with your palms placed together and speak these words out loud in your heart. Just for today, do not anger. Do not worry. Be grateful. Work with diligence. Be kind to others. Just for today, do not anger. Do not worry. Be grateful. Work with diligence. Be kind to others. Just for today, do not anger. Do not worry. Be grateful. Work with diligence. Be kind to others. Just for today. Do not anger. Do not worry. Be grateful. Work with diligence. Be kind to others. Just for today. Do not anger. Do not worry. Be grateful. Work with diligence. Be kind to others.
Thank you all. I think that was very lovely. I'm sweating.
Yeah, it's quite a powerful chant sometimes, isn't it? It really is. You
Yeah,
get some high energy off it. Okay, let you carry on now, Mr. Buddhist. Yeah, I agree completely.
yeah. Next, we're just going to move into our breath work. So again, if you just sitting, lying down, wherever you are, and we're just going to observe our breath. What we want to do is, I guess, like create a conscious relationship with your breath. Be aware of it. And as you're breathing, just naturally, how is your breath? How does it feel? Is it cool? Is it warm? Is it slow? Is it fast? Is it smooth? Does it require some effort? Are you breathing just in the top of your chest? Are you breathing down to your belly? Focus only on your breath. Now we'll go into the practice of sama verity, which is the same or equal flow or wave of the breath. And we practice this with 4 counts. So it's 4 counts inhaling, 4 counts holding, 4 counts exhaling, 4 counts holding. Don't think about the numbers, it'll come naturally. You'll get into the flow of it. So let's go ahead and start. Also, when you practice, try and keep your spine straight, shoulders straight, and head straight. And try not to cough. So let's go ahead and begin. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale through your nose, hold, exhale through your mouth, hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Just continue that. Be relaxed. Think about your breath. Feel the rhythm of your breath. Finish one more round. And when you're done, just open your eyes. Thank you. Let's go ahead and move into our Om practice. Tom, if you want to put the Om information on, just a reminder, Om, 4 parts of the Om. And although it means so much, these are just a few things it means, it symbolizes. So there's the A, O, in the silence. You can just go ahead and go to the image real quick. So using symbols, visual symbols, is just a way to help us focus. So if you can just look at the symbol for a second, and then when you close your eyes, hopefully it'll stay there. And then, Tom, you can go ahead and start the audio whenever you want. And I'm great. Thank you. One thing I wanted to say about um, breathing, and specifically when you're chanting Om, with that one, when you take an in breath and then you stop at the top of the breath and you close things off to hold it, you can feel that little bit of pressure. And maybe your ears, you can feel the pressure in your ears when you're holding it. And then when you release the sound, the pressure goes away. And at the bottom of the breath, after you're exhaled everything, again, you can like feel the pressure again at the bottom. And then you hold that. And then again, you inhale, you bring your breath to the top of the breath and feel that pressure. When we move into different practices, it's good to be able to feel that. So as you're breathing throughout the day and you take a big breath, see if you can feel that pressure and then release that pressure and feel the pressure at the bottom of the breath. And then breathe in. So it's like you breathe in, stop. And when you stop with your tongue, you can feel that pressure. Hopefully you guys can have that experience. And then once you do, if you want to just keep playing with it, so you can see the subtle differences, that would be lovely. Also, I believe when we're listening to that particular chanting, when you hear the bell, the first bell is the end of the first breath. The second bell is the start of the new one. So you wait and then you breathe in, top of the breath, feel the pressure, and then start the Om. And it goes down, stop, feel the pressure, wait. So it's kind of that 4-part breath again, if you feel into that flow. That's definitely how it can work. One other thing was, notice that when you say Om or you chant it, your tongue doesn't actually have to move. You don't need your tongue to make those sounds. Those are very primal sounds. So if you can just right now to yourself, go ahead and say Om or vocalize it in the 3 parts. It's only my lips that are changing the sound of the air. It's not your tongue. And at least in the Buddhist tradition, I know they say to put your tongue on the top of your mouth when you're chanting it. That's not right. Just relax your tongue. When you're breathing, you put your tongue on the top of your mouth. So with that, if we want to go into our journal and talk about do not worry, right? That's what we're discussing today. The principle of do not worry.
Let's do it. Can everyone hear me? Can you mute yourself a minute, Mister? Cheers. All right, let me just get my shares up. Well, yesterday we discussed worry, and we're just going to go over worry again today, basically. So I'm going to use the same screen as yesterday for worry. So everyone went through this yesterday, and for no one that wasn't here, we had a discussion after this. So if we go back to yesterday's YouTube video, you'll be able to see it in more detail. So I don't really want to go over it again and again, but we had a really good discussion yesterday. So if we pop one video back, you'll be able to see it. But basically, like, if you're worrying, you're not in the now. And if you're not in the now, you're going to be ungrounded, unbalanced, stressed, angry maybe. You're just going to be totally off balance. So the secret is be in the now and not worry, because the things you worry about are either in the past or the future. They're not happening now. It's just like your brain running away with itself. But if you go back to yesterday, there's a lot more. And my quotes for today is Alan Watts. I don't know if you heard of Alan Watts, but he's like an amazing guy. He gave lots of lectures in the late 60s. And one of his quotes is, no amount of anxiety makes any difference to anything that's going to happen, which is true, because if you worry about it, it doesn't add any energy to it either way. It just makes it worse, because you're stuck in your mind about it and you're not actually focusing on it and taking steps to do it rather than worry about it, I guess. I've got a short little bit from one of his lectures for everyone to listen to as well. It's only about 3 minutes long. So everyone just relax and have a listen to what he's saying, and I'll be back soon. 1 second. Share. Here we go.
So then.
And that was the wrong video.
So then let's consider first of all, what is a mind in the grip of vicious circles? Well, one of the most obvious instances that we all know is the phenomenon of worry. The doctor tells you that you have to have an operation. And that has been set up so that automatically everybody worries about it. But since worrying takes away your appetite and your sleep, it's not good for you. But you can't stop worrying, and therefore you get additionally worried that you are worrying. And then furthermore, because that is quite absurd and you're mad at yourself because you do it, you are worried because you worry because you worry. That is a vicious circle. So now, can you allow your mind to be quiet? Isn't it difficult? Because the mind seems to be like a monkey, jumping up and down and jabbering all the time. Once you've learned to think, you can't stop. And an enormous number of people devote their lives to keeping their minds busy and feel extremely uncomfortable with silence. When you're alone, nobody's saying anything, there's nothing to do. There's this worry, this lack of distraction. I'm left alone with myself, and I want to get away from myself. I'm always wanting to get away from myself. That's why I go to the movies, that's why I read mystery stories, that's why I go after to girls or anything that you do, or get drunk or whatever. I don't want to be with myself. I feel queer. So, well, why do you want to run away from yourself? What's so bad about it? Why do you want to forget this? Why do you want to become yourself? Because you are addicted to thoughts. This is a drug, a real dangerous one. Compulsive thinking, going on and on and on and on and on all the time. It's a habit. So there's a difficulty about stopping that activity. And you really have to stop it if you want to be sane. Because if I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. Then I'll end up in the situation of having nothing to talk about but my own talking. Or so in exactly the same way, if I think all the time, I won't have anything to think about except thoughts. So in order to have something to think about, there are times when you simply must stop thinking. Well, how do you do that? The first rule is don't try to. Because if you do, you will be like someone trying to make rough water smooth with a flat iron. And all that will do will stir it up. So in the same way as a muddy, turbulent pool quiets itself when left alone, you have to know how to leave your mind alone.
Thank you everyone for listening to that. I hope you got something from it. What do you think about that one, Miss Day?
I love Alan Watts, as you know. I've been listening to him for a long time, and I thought that was great. The way he explains things is pretty amazing, right?
Oh yes, he's like, I don't know, if I had I guess if I had a spiritual teacher, it would be like Alan Watts. It would be like, yeah, I do subscribe to a lot of things he says. He has got a unique way of looking at things, hasn't
Yeah, he, what he's talking about, it seems kind of funny, right? When you're trying not to worry, then you're thinking a thought, and then you're condemning yourself for thinking a thought, and that's creating a thought and a worry and a thought, and it's just all circular, and it just keeps building up. It is literally like a game your mind plays,
he? I
right?
guess to get to the point where you're worrying about worrying too much.
Yeah, you're worrying about worrying about worrying about worrying. It's like,
Why am I worrying all the time? Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's like you do have to stop yourself, don't you? Just take that conscious decision to maybe stop, look at it, and am I worrying about this for the right reasons? Why am I worrying about this? Rather than just sit in the worry, explore it and see where it's coming from, I guess.
for sure. Another practice that I think we start on next week is to experience the observer, so that you'll have the ability to know in yourself that you are not your thinking mind, you are not your thoughts. So once you know you're not your thoughts, it's a lot easier to sit in meditation or not be attached to those thoughts. Your thoughts can be going, 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 but Misty's here. These are just my thoughts going, going, going. I can sit in meditation all day and my thoughts are going, 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 but I'm not focused on them. It's just going. And then sometimes you can give yourself something to think about, or that monkey mind something to do, like a chant that plays in your head, or an affirmation, or the Reiki Principles. And you just run those in a loop in your head. And that will help you not get into the circular condemnation of your actions, or worrying about things, or whatever it is your mind goes and does and affects you, right?
Completely, I think I caught your cough. Yeah,
Oh,
basically, like, what was I going to say? I coughed and forgot. Oh no. 1 second. Can I get it back? No, it's gone. Sorry, people. It's gone into the ether. It's gone out there somewhere. But I think, yeah, with worry, it's just about recognizing what the worry and recognizing and just processing it and seeing where it's coming from, and is it worth it, and what the effect it's having on you, I guess. Just process that worry and release it. Because if you spend all your time in the worry, you're never going to get out of the worry or fix the situation that you're worrying about.
right.
Yeah. And I've got some prompts for everybody as well, some new prompts. If you
Great.
bear with me, if everyone get their journals out, or they should have them out if you want to write these prompt questions down. As always, they will be on the discussion group afterwards, so you can look back on the video and find them either way you want to do it. Right. So many share things open. Here we go. And that's not the right one. That's the right one. Right, so the prompt questions for today are: what triggers your anxiety? And I want you to make a list of your anxiety triggers. Can you pinpoint specific things that set you off your spiral of anxious thoughts? Just have a good look at, like, a few times you're worried, I guess, and all the main things you worry about, and see what you get from it. And the next question is, what am I grateful for? Just like think about stuff that you're grateful for in your life. And that's pretty much it, I think. I think that's me pretty much done, Misty, unless you want to say anything else.
If you want to just go to that last
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
Just to remind everyone, on Friday after the session, we will have an open discussion, not being recorded, and even those that are doing this course or these sessions not live with us, but they're watching them at a later time, on Fridays, we will have that open time that we can just come in and talk about things.
Just like a open discussion about what we're doing in the sessions here, and any other things you want to talk about, I guess.
Yeah, just anything, right? Anything.
Yeah.
Anything that'll help us raise our vibration, because that's what we're about, right?
I would like to hear ways that you raise your vibration. It'll be a really good conversation. It'll be good. I think we're done, Misty. Are you done?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank
I'm
you all
gonna
for joining us.
I'm going to stop recording.
Thank you.